Hey beauties, I'm gonna show you how to do these goddess locks in this tutorial. I'm gonna talk about the pros and cons, the hair I used, how long it took me, how many locks are in my head. I'm gonna get into all of that because I hope this is going to be an informative video. I was looking for a video like this on YouTube and I couldn't quite find it. So I'm hoping that this will be helpful to some ladies out there. Let me first tell you, I am nowhere near a professional. I have no damn idea what I'm doing as it relates to my hair. I just like the look of goddess locks, bohemian locks, and you know, this is human hair. It's 100% human hair. So the hair I wrap my hair with and the bottom of my hair is human hair. And ideally, I wanted to go to a professional to get this style, but getting one of those Instagram stars to return correspondence to a regular person is virtually impossible. So I decided to try it myself, and I think the reason why not as many people try it is because it can be a relatively expensive style. Getting human hair at the bottom, in addition to wrapping human hair, can cost you about $300 to $500 just on hair. Okay, so it can be an investment, but at the time I had planned on paying a professional, and the professional never got back to me. So I figured, okay, I'm not going to pay someone all this money to do my hair when they don't even have the customer service to respond to me. So I was like, all right, it can't be rocket science. So let me just try. I messed up a ton, okay? But hopefully this video will help you not make the mistakes that I made. So I did, and I'll show you the hair a little bit later, but I did curly kinky hair on the outside is the wrapping hair. And I did body wave, which you can see there's straight pieces. That's why I had this curling wand, random. There's straight pieces. It tends to get straight after some wear. So I just take a curling wand and I just wand curl the ends, and that lasts for about 3 or 4 days, and it gives it a little bit of curl. And then it goes kind of straight in some areas, which I kind of like that look as well. So it just depends on what you're going for. So I'm gonna show you how I wrap the hair, how I prep the hair and everything like that. This is the first time I did this. And if you think it's at least semi-attractive, that you would rock it, then I'm telling you, you can do this too, because I don't know anything about hair, okay? So let's get into what I did. Okay, beauties, so let's talk about the hair I used for a second. So I used, for the bottom of the ends right here, I used a body wave at 20 inches and 22 inches, which you can see here. And I'll show you how I prepare that later on the video. I have that footage for you. And then to wrap the actual lock, I used a kinky coily texture. So the texture is this, it's a kinky curly, this is 18 inches. So this is human hair, guys. So whatever vendor you want to use for human hair, just use it. I would say, I don't all the way know if it matters in regards to quality, because basically you're just going to turn this into locks. So typically, if you were wearing bundles in your hair, you would check things like, does it shed? Does it smell weird? Does it, all this stuff, right? But when you're just going to convert this to locks, it's shedding and all that other stuff is kind of less important, because you're literally wrapping it around your hair. So I don't know if that's a thing. Now, this again is virgin human hair. This is not raw hair. To do this with raw hair would be much more expensive. For those of you who don't know what raw hair is, it just basically means the hair that came straight from the temple, whether it be India or whatever place you're getting it from. So this hair came from China. Because it came from China, this is still human hair, but it could have came from a bunch of different donors. You know what I'm saying? Like it, basically what they do in places like India and other places that sell hair, the scraps that they comb out and stuff, sometimes they'll put it together and they'll sell it to China. China will then process it and do some things with it, and whatever they do. And that's why it tends to be a little bit cheaper. They may even mix this with some other stuff. You just really don't know what you're getting, honey. But I don't have a vendor to recommend yet. If I find one, I'll let you know. I would just say any way you can see a cheaper version of kinky curly hair, human hair, to go with it. I hope that helps. If there's questions about that, just leave it in the comments. So I just went with a kinky texture. So here's what I don't know, and if anyone knows the answer to this, please put it in the comments. So when you get hair that is processed to be curly, because when you're getting hair from India or some other places, their hair isn't naturally tight coils like African American hair is. So they process this hair to make it make it this type of texture. And depending on what kind of hair, it depends on how they process it. This was no telling. If it was raw hair, for it to stay raw, they usually only process it with heat, steam in general. Who knows what this was processed with? But I think this, what was the cost? I don't know how much this costs per bundle, but I'll put it, I'll display it up there. So this is 18 inches. I kind of wish it was longer. I needed about 3 to 4 pieces of this 18-inch to go down one lock. If it was longer, it probably would have been more helpful, but then you run the issue, if it's longer, it's going to be more expensive, and the bundle was going to be thinner. You know what I mean? So I haven't quite figured out that ratio yet. I'll let you know. Here's what I really don't know. If you get straight virgin hair, it's cheaper than when they make it curly. So I'm not sure if you just use straight virgin hair and wrap it around as locks, will it look as equally as texture and the same by just backcombing it? I don't know. If someone does know, leave an answer in the comments, but I'll try it. Of course, not with these, but next time I put locks in, I'll try it. So if you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe so you can see that when I do that. So we have the kinky curly hair, and we have the, it looks janky, we have the body wave hair that is at the bottom. Now I'm gonna show you how I prep this hair. Okay, so the tools I used are a crochet hook. I had a couple clips, scissors, rat tail comb, used a nail glue to secure it, and of course the kinky curly hair, which you can see right here, and then I also had the body wave hair, which was in 20 and 24 inches. I prefer to just comb this out with a rat tail comb, and the hair that I got from the rat tail comb, it seemed to be easier to wrap around the locks because it was kind of already bushy and easy to move, and opposed to like when I kept it straight. So like this hair here, see how this just would wrap around the lock? That's kind of, you know, what I did. So I would comb it first before I started pulling the hair from there. Okay, beauties, so now we're gonna do the install really quickly. Get my, I should put another clip in. So let me take this clip out. So these locks have been in my head for a month and a half, as I said before. So I have a ton of new growth, as you can see that. So I just took it out. Typically when I'm going to do, when I need to tighten up the root, I don't take the whole thing out. I just wrap the root. But so for the sake of showing you how to do it, I just took, you know, maybe 1 or 2 out so that I can show you how to insert it. So I'm going to do this in real time. So this it may take a little time, but if you're slow like I am, you will appreciate real time. But if you already know how to do this, then go ahead. I'll put the time. You won't have to watch me do this if you don't want to. So this is the unwefted body wave. And again, after this, I'll show you how I prep the hair. So these are not on weft. So if you know, just take a piece like I'm doing here, whoops, and you're just gonna just tug on that a little bit, and it comes right out, okay? So if you've seen any of my tutorials before, you know I don't know how to braid the fake hair into this hair, right? So I'm gonna end up just sticking it in my twist. I twist my hair in opposed to braiding it because I found when it's time to take these out, taking out 900 bitty braids is a pain in the ass. So behind me are some hair that I've already prepped to help me twist. That hair came from a bundle like this. Again, after this install, you'll see how I made this hair look like that. Okay, so I've got my crochet needle here. And again, if you know how to braid your hair in this, you don't have to do this step because you're smarter than me, okay? So I don't, so I'm gonna crochet the bottom. So this is either 20 or 22 inches in body wave because that's what I ordered. And I am just going to take this like this, find a section in here, make sure I'm doing that close up. Grab this and bring it through. So that's basically how I put the hair in my twist, okay? Again, if you know how to braid it, you don't have to do this part. So now I wanna go to the root. Let me see if you can see that well. Oh, I'm gonna go to the root and put it in here at the top. So I'm gonna grab one of these Typically it takes me 3 to 4 pieces of this hair. This is 18 inches, which apparently isn't long enough for me to twist it. I wanted to have to twist less pieces, which means the hair would have to be longer. But as you know, the longer it is, the more expensive it is. And I'm using a kinky texture, so they process the hair, which makes it even more expensive. So again, once again, disclaimer, I am not a professional. So I could be doing a whole bunch of things wrong. But if you just want to know how I do it, this is what you're about to see. So as I go down, I'll pull this out a little bit later, but I'm just going to twist around my root. Let's see, twist around my root a couple times. Let's see what direction. Okay, so I'm just going to twist around my root a couple times before I start going down. Hope you can see this. And I just guide it down. I'm doing this slowly. Well, I'm slow when I do this anyway, because I'm not fast yet. I'm still learning. But hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I'm holding it so that it's wrapping the section like that. So it's, again, it's not rocket science, but it works for me. And if you already have experience in doing this, of course you're going to do it better than what I'm doing, but it works, you know. So twisting this down, and when I need to get some more hair, like right, I grab, here's some more hair. I'm connecting it here. Okay. Oh, there's hair everywhere. Hair is gonna be all around your house when you do this. So I'm gonna go up twice, and then I proceed to go down. So again, it's not gonna be perfect. Now I got hair on my chapstick. Okay, it's not gonna be perfect, but when you have all the locks together, like flowing together, you can't really see the imperfections, and it looks, look, sorry, I got it on my chapstick. It looks natural, like this looks like it's growing out of my scalp. This looks like my locks. So yeah, in the next clip, I will show you how I prep the hair so that I get this kinky back comb look. So again, what I don't know is if I use straight hair. This was kinky, coily hair, virgin hair. Oh shoot, okay, so I almost forgot. Is it too late? I think it's too late, damn. So usually when I know I'm getting to the bottom, I'll pull some more out so it's longer, but I wasn't paying attention, so I didn't get to pull it. So now it's kind of stuck at this length, which isn't crazy short, but shorter than what I wanted. So I'll show you on another braid. I'll do the next braid, I'll do it faster so you won't have to sit here and watch me. So again, here's another piece. This is actually a lot. So I'm going to take the bottom and roll up. What the hell was that? Oh, roll up and then proceed to roll or twist or lock, I don't know, down. So I do that. Damn, this is a longer piece than I wanted. Do that. You're gonna have hair all over the house. Just trying to make sure you can see. So, see how the curly hair, I just added this hair at the bottom so that it gives it some thickness as I'm twisting downward. So if I didn't bring this hair down a little bit, it'll be extremely thin. and it will be hard to twist around the hair that's so thin. So in a minute, I'm gonna bring it all up. Okay, going down. So now I'm gonna get the little scraggly pieces. Can you see that? I'm gonna take these scraggly pieces. Usually when I do this, I don't like to have this much hair left, but I'm gonna separate the scraggly piece from the wrapping hair, and I'm going to proceed to wrap up. So, I don't know if you can see that. So now I'm gonna just wrap upward. Okay, so that's basically how I install the locks. So I want to show you how I prep the hair from what I'm twisting to this. I mean, this is what it arrives at, and this is how I prep the hair, and we'll do that in the next clip. So, oh wait, you may want to know how I secure it. Some people, when they do natural locks or when they do it with human hair, they don't use glue. I'm not that good yet, so I need to use nail glue. So here's the nail glue. I'm gonna put that, of course, on there and wrap that around. And then I palm roll it. And that's it. So where are the rest of? So I'm gonna do some more over again. I'll do another one. I'll do this one because this one's coming apart. So I'll do another one over again so you can see me do it one more time, okay? Okay, so let's do this one more time. So I have prepped the hair. I've got the body wave here. I'm gonna take out about half that section. So I'm gonna take out about this much. I'm gonna take about that much. So then I'm gonna pull it here a little bit, and then it'll just slide on out, okay? Now I need it out the way, and I don't have a place to put it. Okay, great. So again, because where is the piece? Okay, there she is. I don't know how to braid my hair into, is it in there? Nope. Just gonna put a little bit so I won't just lie out 1%. And if I remember the time, I'll put that out when it is time, so it'll be fine. Piece. Okay, we're going to all right, so now it's in there. I'm gonna tug on it a little bit so I can bring less hair there. All right, and now get to the root and start twisting. So at the root, I'm gonna twist probably 2 to 3 times until I feel it's secure, but not too tight that you're gonna hurt yourself, okay? Don't have your dreadlocks on your pillow when you wake up. So we're just gonna twist around. You like this? Okay. So how do we turn fully? Your whole body. And the only sounds right now. Just here's a little bit, I'm about to add some more to it. See that? Okay, so these 2 things, I'm gonna get another piece. And I'm going to twist up first a couple times, and then twist down. So now I'm going to remember to pull a little bit of this out because I want it to be longer. And just like this. Making sure to hold this section. So, put it on here. And twist that. So let me get another piece. I'm going to combine this. I'm going to twist up. Go. And twist down. Okay. So you can see. I got this much left. I'm gonna add some more to it because I want this to go down to right here. So I got another piece. Oh no, just there we go. Interesting. So see, that's these are. I think I got the old one before. There's something that I know I was only sliding out over the course of the weeks because when I did the first time, you know, I don't have right hand, so I just put the body weight here beside my braid and twisted it that way, so it wasn't securing anything. So after some days, I needed to slide out. Luckily, not in public, girl. That's what it was. So we got some straight weight pieces going on. So I'm gonna take those. So I can grab it. All right, some there. And then I'm just gonna roll back up. See that? Huh. So that is how I install the locks around my head. It's a little easier when camera's on your face. You can move a little bit faster, but please try to leave my speed. It's not that much faster than what I'm doing. Girl, it's not a show. Oh. You know, some glue on it. Over. And there we go. So that is how I install the locks. And again, as you can see, these are the ones that are still loose. I haven't tightened these. I may not. I haven't decided yet. I just wanted to do a couple so you could see how I installed it. Pros and cons of this hair. If you're considering human hair, faux locks, or bohemian locks, I'm gonna tell you from my personal experience, I enjoy these far more than the synthetic plastic hair I used to use. These are crazy light. Like, do you see this? This is just light. Again, I've had these in for a month and a half, so you can see some new growth and probably some stuff to say I need to wash it. But I wanted to come on here real quick because I'm about to head out the door, but I'm gonna pull this together so that this can be hopefully an informative video to you guys. One of the things I think you should know, this human hair locks, in my opinion, not a professional, took me substantially longer than putting in my faux locks before. The human hair, sometimes it's just harder to manipulate than synthetic hair. The locks are not going to look perfect and uniform. So that frustrated me at the beginning. I kind of felt like a failure when I first had them in. And I was like, it took me so long, we just gonna rock with it. And then as they got older, I fell in love with them. So again, they're incredibly light because it's human hair. You can have it in your hair longer, which is why I was gonna go ahead and invest for a professional to do it because I didn't know what I was doing. I still would like a professional to do my hair in human hair locks. So if you're watching this video and you are a professional and you don't have any problem responding back to your customers, please put in the comments below because I would love to support a stylist that does this style. So this took substantially longer. It took me about a day and a half, maybe even 2 days. And then because I did it wrong, so they were sliding out periodically, so I had to do them over again. I think I might have found a better technique to put them in to keep them to stay, but that took a minute, okay? So they slid out my hair. It took longer, but I like to think of it like this. If it's gonna take me 2 days to do a hairstyle, but I could wear it for 2 months to 3 months to maybe 5 months, then I'll sacrifice 2 days. Like, come on, you know what I mean? So it is going to take longer. It could just take longer just because I didn't know what I was doing. That's very much a possibility. So just work with it. The other con other than the time is this style is going to be more expensive than if you would just go to buy, you know, $70 worth of hair, plastic, synthetic hair, okay? This is human hair, so it's going to be more expensive. But pro is that it's much more versatile. It's lighter. You can swim in this. You can wash this like it's your hair. I'm going to do a wash day probably in the next couple of days. So if you're interested to see how I wash my hair, my technique has changed a little bit. I found that the bar shampoo soap is easier to get in the cracks and crevices of my locks, and I like it. So I'll show you on the wash day. So if you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe so you'll know when I put that video out. And I think that's it. So it's lighter, it's more versatile. I could put this all up in a ponytail and everything if I want to. Now you can, this is like your hair, like it's your hair and you could treat it like that.